Alright. Thou shalt not kill. Alright, well, downtown preaching last night, and some guy he was a little bit upset with me and said that God is totally bogus because he says not to kill, but then he floods the whole earth and kills the whole world. And I said, yeah. And he's like, well, then he broke his own law. That means he's totally bogus or something like that. And I was like, no. And he wasn't really much for listening at all. He was pretty sure about what he was saying. And what he's saying is not really. I was just, yeah, it makes sense from a very. It doesn't really make sense. I mean, but anyway, it makes sense from a certain perspective. I'll just be nice. I'll just like to say it like that. Okay, but truthfully, all death is not murder. Thou shalt not kill. Right, to go out and kill somebody is shedding innocent blood. It's like the Bible says it's an abomination. But if somebody's out camping and they're hanging out and climbing rocks and they accidentally mess up and their partner falls off a cliff and ends up killing themselves, it's an accident. It's a tragic, horrible accident. There's accidental death. They call it manslaughter in America. That's what manslaughter is. It's accidental. It's terrible. I had a friend that accidentally hit an 18-year-old girl and killed her with his car. I mean, and he didn't get in trouble for it because it was an accident. It was horrible. It's manslaughter. I mean, the guy's going to live with that the rest of his life. Imagine remembering this girl that died. It's terrible. It's not murder. And oftentimes war is not murder. It's just something that has to be done. Sometimes there's a war that has to. The Bible says Bible is the God of war. There is time for war. There is time for killing. There's a time to fight. Murder is the issue here. Murder in your heart is the issue here. If somebody comes into your house and they're trying to harm your family or do something that they're not invited in the house, you can empty a gun on them and not be a murderer. You don't want to kill somebody, but you offering your family protection, and they have every right to be protected. So these are different things that do happen where death is involved. It's tragic always, and it has nothing to do with murder. Thou shalt not kill is one thing, but God is the God of the universe. He's the judge of the world. He's the judge of everything, the universe, and He will do right. The Bible says, and He's the one who judges man. He judges the heart of man. The Bible says that the spirit of man is the candle of the Lord, searching out the inward parts of the belly. He's searching out the hearts of mankind who have murder in their heart and unforgiveness and hatred in their heart. He said hatred is just like murder. So it would be better for you to accidentally kill somebody, totally innocent, and be crushed over it because it's terrible when people die, than to have unforgiveness in your heart and not have killed somebody. It's a heart issue. Do you want to shed innocent blood because you're just evil and you want personal gain of some sort? Then yeah, you are evil, and that's against God. But God is not a murderer. He will destroy evil, and it's almost like He's a murderer. He's murderer of evil. He destroys evil with great pleasure, I believe. He takes pleasure in destroying people, it seems like, because he hates it so much. But He loves people so much, too. So it's a really, really interesting thing when people aren't willing to take a look at everything when they're making these general statements as if it just cleans up shop and that's plain and simple. God is a murderer, so he's breaking His own law. It's not true. God doesn't break laws. He's the lawmaker, and He doesn't break His law, because anytime there's a death doesn't mean murder. It doesn't mean the same thing. The meaning is different. The heart's different. The whole thing that happened was totally different. The in and the out of the whole thing was just totally different. Murder in your heart, shedding innocent blood is murder, and that's what this is saying. Thou shalt not kill. Don't let your anger go crazy and in jealousy or something like that and plan your murder. To go and plan to murder somebody is evil. But the judge bringing justice is not murder. That's just That's just people getting what they deserve for doing wrong, So I just wanted to say I don't think it's a very fair and full statement to say that God broke his own law, because the meaning behind the word kill right here is not covering every type of death that there is. Someone dies of old age, it's not because God killed them. Their body wore out, and that was it. It was time for them to die. So we just got to be fair about the way we make our statements. And if you want to ignore God, please find a better excuse than God is a murderer.